Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. How's everybody doing out there? This is Rob, the Mad Hatter from the biggest show in the world, Sports Bettors TV, and I'm sitting here talking to my boy, the evil genius of Major League Baseball, Kid. You tore it up yesterday, man. Congratulations, bro.
Thanks, man. Yo, just been in weekend beast mode for these last few weeks we've done the show.
My God, dude. Let me off the top of my head. I mean, what'd you do? You did the only thing we lost was I lost the Houston Astro play. I mean, a lot of people tried to talk me off the ledge with it. I didn't go crazy on it, but dude, you had what? Go through it again, Dan.
Yeah. So the crazy thing is, if you remember yesterday, we took those three what I called science experiment plays, where the lines just did not make sense to me. And normally I wouldn't touch these teams, but we did. Remember, we did it with Atlanta, which we ended up losing on. But then we did it with Oakland at plus 155, which we hit. The Brewers at plus 126, and we hit. Then, remember, the first game, we pushed on the Toronto, Kansas City over 8. We won with the Twins. We lost on the Astros money line, but we won on the under. We hit the Mets. We hit the A's. We hit the Nasties. We hit the Pirates. We hit the Giants on the run line, plus 110. We lost on the Angels, and then again, we hit the Brewers. We wound up the day 8-3-1. So hey, man, I'm just happy trying to do it again.
Kid, you are on fire, man. I love it, dude. Love getting you on the show, man, and hearing your knowledge, baby.
Thanks,
all good.
Brother. And hey, thank you, Matt Harvey, for the home run yesterday.
I know. I heard about that, kid. Matt Harvey hits a home run in the Mets game, dude. That brought him ahead of the game, right?
Yeah, it did. It's crazy. I mean, Lucas Duda finally hits a home run, which he's, I guess, expected to do. But then you get a home run from Matt Harvey and Ruben Tejada. I mean, the odds on something like that, those two guys hitting a home run in the same game, would have been like 10,000 to 1.
I know. Speaking of some crazy odds, man, the evil genius and myself, like potentials out there that pay crazy.
Oh, I know. And the thing is, y'all know that I'm not giving the Minnesota Twins a lot of respect just yet. I'm looking at the record and I'm looking at the lineup and the roster, and it doesn't make sense to me, okay? They do have one of the best players in the game. They have a pitching staff that's been steady. But guys, these futures on the Twins, like you can take the Twins, I gotta find that, but it was like Twins Cardinals or something, and it's still like plus 6,000.
Wow. Unbelievable, man.
You could, here it is. Another one that I know we like Nationals Blue Jays, still plus 4,000.
Damn, dude. Nationals Blue Jays is not that far off.
No, because again, I think both teams are going to upgrade before the trade deadline. I really think the Blue Jays will get a pitcher. I think the Nasties will, do their best to bring in another bat. Their ownership group seems willing to do that.
Yes, sir.
And I think, they might do that. They might also bring in another pitcher. We'll see what happens. But, the other thing, too, is, and I'm not saying this is a pure homer at all, but the thing is, if the Mets can sneak their way into the playoffs, that pitching rotation could throw 4 or 5 shutouts in a row.
I know. And that's all you need. You only need a couple of runs out of them, dude.
Exactly. And, so, like, for instance, the one that I love with the Mets the most is Mets Royals. Dude, that's plus 7,500.
Damn. On $100, huh?
Plus 7,500, man. Stuff like that's crazy, but also, Pirates O's is plus 7,500. I know the Orioles have been up and down, but that division's not running away. And again, I still think the Blue Jays end up winning that division, but I think the Orioles will hang around. And then there's obviously your crazy stuff. You get down into your plus 10,000s and you really got to look around. But, dude, Nationals Twins is plus 10,000.
Nice, kid. That's chunky-ish to me. I love it.
Throw $5 on it. I'm saying, keep track of all this stuff. And what you're going to do is if you put $5 or $10 on it, or you really, want to throw $25 on these, just look for a game where, you have your confidence level off the chart. put that same money back into the game, and there you go. No matter what happens, you made it back. But
right, absolutely, man. I mean, and the thing is that if you get both of those teams sneak into the playoffs, then you could just start hedging a little bit, with the series
plays. Right from the beginning.
I know,
because if the Nationals and the Twins both make the playoffs, right, what you're going to do is you're going to take the series plays against each team, because you're talking every $10 on a National Twins World Series is $1,000. So if you put $100 on, let's say, to win 10 Gs, they both make the playoffs. All you got to, you put a G the other way in the first series. You do the same in the second series. I mean, because the worst that happens is you're either going to make yourself, right around $1,000, or a couple grand, and, you got to do it incrementally. So if you do a G on the first series, it's 2 on the second, 3, So, yeah, you might wind up only making 3 Gs instead of 10 Gs, but you can hedge all the way through and protect yourself.
That's a great synopsis, Dan. I really think the Twins are a problem. I'm starting to see them. I thought they were who we thought they were, the whole thing, that we've been talking about and all that. But at the end of the day, man, this team has been winning, and they're winning by multiple runs, like covering these run lines over and over and over again, dude.
I know.
I mean, at home, they're a beast, but on the road, can they just hang? That's the problem.
Well, and the other thing, too, with the Twins that's crazy is, they don't have that dome anymore. They play outside. They get into the playoffs. Can you imagine having to go to Minnesota in October?
Oh.
That sucks.
Oh, brutal.
I mean, I know Milwaukee can be brutal. I mean, they're not obviously in the picture right now, but, I mean, that's brutal. But, and the other thing is, I think a lot of teams in that division are worse than a lot of these so-called analysts thought they were. I mean, I didn't think the Indians were going to be any good. They're not. The White Sox are garbage. Detroit, I think, again, is what we thought they were, what they always have been. They can hit the ball a bit, but their pitching is mediocre at best. Bullpen is not good. Now, obviously, you have the Cabrera injury, which even when he comes back, you're not quite sure. I mean, this is an unknown, complete unknown. And, it really leaves room for, I still think the Royals, like I called in the beginning of the year, I think they win the division. I think the Twins are going to sneak into a wild card because they're going to be able to beat up on these teams in their division a bit.
Wow, interesting, man. Well, I've been investing on them in the future a little bit as we go, as they've been covering these run lines, which we'll get into tomorrow on the show. It's exactly what I've been doing with a system, and I already got them paying over $20,000, kid.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to talking about a little bit of a system I got going on with the nation tomorrow, kid. So big ups to everybody that's out on Twitter right now, guys. We appreciate you retweeting our show. Got my man Irvin out there. Let's see who else. Got Total Sports Edge, Richard Comack. I think that's how I pronounce it, dude. Got my man D out there. Let's see who else. The Canadian Capper, Randomly Unpredictable, Shy Picks, Sir Rock King J, Jordy Best, Tommy King is out there. Let's see who else. Big Money G, JP. What's up, guys? How are you? Let me see who else is on here. A lot of people, man, today already. It's Sunday morning. Postal Pete, got Ben Rowe is out there. I've been talking to him back and forth on a lot of different stuff. Kiem Vu retweeted our show. Kid, what's going on, guys? Good morning to you.
What is up?
Dan, let's talk about the Houston Astros, man. Are they starting to collapse or what?
I mean, that wasn't good.
No.
That wasn't good. Not what I expected. They're so hit or miss. I mean, they need to bring in a guy that's like a pure average hitter.
Yeah.
A guy that can hit 300, consistently.
Yep. I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, and they couldn't even put up a run yesterday, dude. Nothing.
Yeah. By the way, real quick, breaking news. I'm watching this live. If you're betting on the Wimbledon final, it looks like Djokovic tweaked his groin a little bit.
Uh-oh.
So right now he's up a set, and it's 2-2. Djokovic is he's on break point right now for this game.
Oh, no.
So see what happens.
And he was heavily favored, I believe.
I saw when it went off today. I actually have Federer at plus 105. Djokovic was minus 125.
Oh, okay.
So, guys, I'd start looking at your live line, seeing what the deal is. You didn't take an injury timeout, but you definitely saw the groin get tweaked and grab at it. which the way Federer's been playing, that could be a major problem towards Djokovic. And his first serve looks off as well right now.
Okay, man. We'll keep that monitored, dude, and we will go from there. Let's get right into the MLBs. We got 15
so the
games.
Astros, man, they've now lost 5 in a row, 7 out of 8, and that's against the Red Sox, the Indians, and Tampa Bay. I know this is on the road, so I guess I can't go into panic mode yet, but if they don't get a win today and you go into the All-Star break on such a terrible losing streak, you had your ace, you're one of the best guys in the league. I mean, he didn't pitch poorly. I mean, 3 earned is not great, but, man, I don't know. I hate to say it. They might be going a little bit in the tank. These guys are young. They're inexperienced to a point, and maybe success is getting to them. They don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, right now at an 18-1 shot to win the World Series, I say you wait, guys. Wait, because that could be 1,000-1 with 2 weeks left. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it could be, but what you're going to want to wait for is this. Give it till a week of game, 7 to 10 games after the All-Star break and before the trade deadline. If they keep on a bad run, but they still, let's say they're still around 2 or 3 games over 500, and look at your rumors, see if they're going to make a trade for a pitcher or somebody, or an average type hitter, and then buy into it, because you're right, kid. It might go down. You might be able to grab it at some point before the trade deadline at 50 or 60-1.
Definitely, man. And the trade deadline, when is all that? Can you give us the dates and all that on that, Dan? Yeah,
so the trade deadline this year is, I believe, July 31st. It normally is at like 4 p.m. It might be midnight this year.
Got it. All right, man. So we'll keep our eyes on that.
Left.
3 weeks left. Okay. All right. So we'll see what happens, and that's going to heavily influence some of these teams as far as future value. So we will get into it, guys, and as it materializes, as it moves forward. So, Dan, you ready to rock with this MLB, kid, after your stellar day yesterday? All right, man. Congratulations once again, kid. Let's find some winners for you. All right, guys. First game we have on the ticket, man. We've got a lot of games during the day. We've got, everything is during the day, obviously, except for the St. Lucia and Pittsburgh game, which is Sunday Night Baseball, which is, probably the best matchup on the board, I would say. But we're going to start off with a little Oakland A's and Cleve. We got Oakland with Mr. Sonny Gray on the mound. Cleveland, Corey Kluber. Under over 6.5 with Cleveland slightly favored minus 120. Dan, Corey Kluber, man, I know he had a good outing in his last outing, but his record kind of stinks.
4-9.
4-9, dude. Ouch.
4-9. Yeah, not good. Hey, called it at the beginning of the year. I thought last year was the aberration. I got to ride Sonny Gray in the Oakland Athletics today at plus 103.
I know. I mean, you take a look at that. I mean, 2.20 ERA. I mean, the total's going under between the two teams here. Oakland 8 out of the last 11 and 4 out of the last 5 for Cleveland, bro.
I think Sonny Gray's won every single game the Oakland Athletics have won this year. No, but man, if you look at his last few starts, they haven't been great. His last 3.
Yep.
I think he bounces back today, though. He's just too good. I mean, he's still in his last 7 starts. He's still 4-1 with a 2.77. 41 strikeouts in 48 innings and a 103 whip, which is ridiculous. So, I think they get it done today. Plus money, I gotta take it.
I feel you, man. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to bet that, Dan, but I'm just going to kind of play cheerleader for you and see what happens with that. So I wish you the best of luck with it, man. The next one we have on the ticket, man, it's just been painful to watch this Tampa Bay team, too. We got Houston at Tampa Bay. Houston, Lance McCullers. Tampa Bay has Matt Moore. Houston is actually favored minus 125 with an under-over of 7, so I can imagine that a lot of people are starting to jump on the Astros, thinking that they're going to turn it around at some point. I am not going to be one of them, though. What you got?
No, I mean, I want to be. I mean, McCullers is 4-2 with a 2.16. And more, I mean, you know, an 80 RA with a 0-0 record.
Yep.
I mean, I thought the Astros had it last night, and then I mean, the offense is just putrid.
It's amazing, dude. They hit home runs like left and right. You know, up until about a week ago. You know, being number one in the league at that. Now I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. So a little bit of a limping into the All-Star break here, kid.
I mean, and this pitcher for the Rays is garbage too.
And you know the Rays are not an offensive juggernaut by any means.
I know.
So
you know what?
What you got?
You know what? I'm gonna ride the Astros again.
You're gonna ride the Astros, huh? Oh.
I am gonna ride the Astros again, and I can't look the colors when you look at his numbers. You know, versus the guy pitching for Tampa Bay. Look, last night, the reason I took the under, even though I thought the Astros would win, is, you know, I thought it was going to look like that score the other way. Because, I mean, Tampa Bay, you know, the kid out there on the mound yesterday has been good. I mean, McCullers, you know, and you got to remember, he's a rookie.
Yep.
I mean, but his last three starts at Boston, 1 earned. Against the Royals at home, 1 earned. At the Angels, 1 earned. So, I mean, he's shutting down teams that have ridiculous offenses.
All right,
and,
I got
you know, that's why I got to do it. I got to think that the Astros have to, I mean, they have to have this game today, too. You cannot go into the All-Star break on such a bad, you know, especially against these garbage teams.
Feel you, man. Hey, I wish you the best of luck. That's another, that game is like Raid for me. You know, the bug spray. I'm good with it. Man. After seeing both of these teams and what they do, I mean, I have been making some money back on my system plays with Tampa Bay. I did lose a lot with them over the course of like 10 days, though, bro. So I'm kind of playing damage control right now, which we'll get into it tomorrow, guys. Next one we have on the ticket is the Cincinnati Reds, who got crushed yesterday. Wow. Unbelievable. Playing the Miami Marlins. Cincinnati got Johnny Cueto. I guess I thought his last start might have been his last one for the Cincinnati Reds, but he's getting another start here versus Dan Herron. Cincinnati minus 155, under over of 6.5 runs. Dan, you taking my boy?
I want to, but I think he's going to be real pissed off.
Why's that?
This, you know, he's now precluded from pitching in the All-Star game. Which is in his home stadium.
Oh, that's brutal, dude.
Because if I think it's the last 2 days before the break. If you pitch, you're not allowed to.
That's right.
Normally I would, but I think this would piss him off.
Yeah, so he's not going to be allowed to pitch in the All-Star game if he's pitching today. Wow, very interesting, Dan. That sucks.
It looks like Jacob deGrom will probably get the start there.
Oh, interesting. All right. Speaking of, after we break this game down, let's talk about your boy deGrom with that Cy Young odds or whatever. But taking a look at this game, man. The Miami Marlins at home, dude. They're not that bad at home.
No, and I mean they put it on him yesterday.
Yeah, it's 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games at home. The under-over is only 6.5, but I understand why. Between Cueto and Dan Herron, I get it. It's going under in 5 of the last 6 Cincinnati games, 4 of the last 6 Miami games. But like I said, Miami 5-1 in the last 6 at home. You can't ignore that. They're a pretty live dog here. And Cincinnati 8-17 straight up in the last 25 games on the road, Dan.
Yeah.
No opinion?
I'm not touching this game. I'm touching it. I lean the Marlins, but there's no way I'm putting my money on it.
I concur, man. All right, so let's keep it moving to Arizona and your New York Mets. Before we get into this, Jacob deGrom, guys. So we were trying to find some Cy Young winner odds for him, and he's not listed anywhere. Does anybody have that information? Because right now, I mean, Dan, you said there was a bunch of bums ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen. Look, and I'm not saying these guys are necessarily bums, but comparing years, Bumgarner I've seen ahead of him. I've seen Liriano ahead of him. Zimmerman, which doesn't make any sense to me, and I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, not bums, but definitely he's having a way better year than all of those.
Oh, I mean, ridiculous year.
Crazy.
Compared, and I don't see it. So if anybody has it, but I mean, I see guys. If you look like on any of the books and you look at the Cy Young props, like I said, man, the guys I see ahead of him, and it says, obviously, and guys, just so you know, most books, if you don't see a guy, you can call and request odds for something like this.
Awesome, man. My boy Tommy King is telling me that you got to love Cincinnati minus 143. Interesting. They're 8-3 in the last 11 versus Miami, and Cueto 6-1 in the last 7 versus Miami. So pretty good information, man. We appreciate that. And Cash Action Bets is talking to me about the he's also liking the Reds and talking to me about the Washington Nationals, which we will get into. But let's talk about Arizona, New York. Kid, the Mets have owned them, dude.
Yep.
And they're covering the run lines. Yeah, and Arizona's got your boy on the mound, though, Robbie De La Rosa.
Oh, yeah, good old Robbie.
Yep, and New York Mets have Jonathan Neese. New York Mets only minus 123 with an under-over of 7.5 runs. Dude, this would have been a nice game to go to, man, with the weather the way it is.
Oh, I know. And I actually was thinking about taking the kids out there today, but, we got a baptism we got to go to instead. So,
All right. So
you know how those things go.
Yes, sir.
My wife ain't having to skip church for.
Got it.
But
8 out of the last 11 Arizona games when playing the Mets have gone under, and 5 of the last 5 Mets games have gone under as well. Mets are like notorious. Mets and Giants, other than the other night with the Giants, is pretty much like an under lock. This year, you know what I'm saying? But what do you got here, man? Both of these teams statistically, surprisingly, are pretty even, man.
Yeah, they are, but the Mets are going to get the sweep today.
You think so? Huh?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. Look, John Neese in his last 3 starts has been really, really good. At Milwaukee, 8 hits, 2 earned. Against the Cubs, 7 innings, 4 hits, only 1 earned. And at the Giants, 3 hits, 8 innings, no earned. It's home. He's going into the break. You know how important this game is again for the Mets. And Robbie De La Rosa, man. It's just he's 6-4 with a 4.89.
Yep.
And I'm not feeling it. I think the Mets absolutely get it done today.
All right. Just to play devil's advocate a little bit, Dan. The three offenses that you just named are not that good. The Cubs, the Brewers, and the Giants.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? So I just got to play a little devil's advocate. I could see that's probably why you're minus 123 here versus like a minus 150. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you, but I also think that, Jonathan Neese. Yeah, for some reason, because you have such stellar stuff in the rotation besides him, and he's still an above-average pitcher. I just think he gets kind of like tossed aside most of the time, and the books look at him and they think people will go the other way. Arizona's offense, you got to remember, is very, very hit or miss. And in Citi Field, it's going to be a nice, hot, humid day out there.
Yes, it is.
I think the Mets get it done.
All right, sounds good, man. We'll see where it lands, and we will keep it moving. So I don't know if you noticed, man, but I'm kind of leaning on you here for a lot of your information. I'm kind of like falling back as far as what I'm playing, if anything, because I'm having a hard time figuring it out right now as far as the first 4 games that we went over.
I hear you, man.
I don't really see anything that's really making me excited yet. So let me get into the next one here. Yeah, right. New York Yankees at the Boston Red Sox, and the Boston Red Sox managed to get it done yesterday. New York Yankees, Nathan Eovaldi, Boston, Wade Miley. Boston minus 120 with an under-over of 9 runs. Dude, now all of a sudden, all the Yankee fans, they hated them 2 weeks ago. Now they're going to be in, they're going to be in a World Series all of a sudden. They're coming on the radio and New York radio and singing their praises and all that. I don't see it. Period. And I know that you don't either. But Boston Red Sox with Wade Miley, kid. Talk to me here. Can the Red Sox pull it off again, Dan?
I can't see that. I can't see it happening.
No, huh?
I can't see it happening. Wade Miley has been slightly better as of late. His last 7, he's 4-2 with a 3.89. His last 3 starts at Tampa Bay, at the Blue Jays, and against the Marlins, 2, 4, and 3 runs in those games. I really want to take the Yankees here. I like Evaldi.
Oof.
I mean, his last 7 games, he's 4-1. I know he has a 4.54. You know, I think I'm just talking myself into staying away.
Yes, good job there. Evaldi 8-2 with a 4.45 ERA. That's crazy. Imagine that. Imagine if, like, Sale pitched those games, he'd be undefeated right now. Unbelievable, man.
That may be a joke.
Yes. All right. I agree with staying away from this. I mean, Boston is 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games at home, and New York is 2-4 in the last 6 on the road. Big rivalry here. The stadium, obviously it's going to be packed, sold out probably. I'm not interested in it, though.
Probably about it.
Yeah, I'm not interested in it. I mean, New York Yankees are superior in like everything here. But
if this was like 1995 and you had George Steinbrenner, screaming at Buck Showalter or whoever, to not get swept by the Red Sox, then maybe I would be on the Yankees, but that ain't happening. So just stay away.
Gotcha. My man Shy Picks just posted some stuff, guys. Take a look at some MLB season win totals that he's taking a peek at. The next one we have is the Washington Nasties, who actually ended up laying the smacketh down on the Baltimore Orioles yesterday, and they have Mr. Matt Scherzer on the mound, and Baltimore Yin Chen, who pitches like every other day for them. Dan, yep. I don't have a line on this yet. Do you?
I'm looking.
Let me go on sportsbetterstv.com and see what I can find.
Oh, wait, I got it. Here we go. We got the Nationals on this is just on my book of choice, -111, Orioles at +101.
All right. Yeah, I'm looking at -106 Washington, +103 Baltimore.
You gotta go with the Nationals here.
You do, right?
You have to.
Yeah. I mean, Scherzer's been lights out, kid, but he's got a 9-7 record with a 2.12 ERA. Son, what is that?
That just shows how terribly disgusting the Nationals' offense really is.
I mean, they're middle of the road, scoring 4.29 runs a game. I get it, but
not for him.
You better start taking the guys out after the games and stuff like that, man. He's probably just kind of falling back from that. You know what I'm saying? We always talk about the how the quarterbacks take out all the offensive linemen for football.
Oh yeah.
He better start doing something like that, man. Baltimore Orioles kid skidding 1-4 in their last 5 games, brother.
Yeah.
Washington 13-6 in their last 19. I still think this is one of the dopest teams in baseball, but a lot of people are trying to talk me off the ledge with the Washington Nasties.
Yeah, I mean, I really think you're going to see a race between the Mets and the Nationals all year, and I think you're going to see a team between 87 to 91 games. 91 wins, 87, 91 wins. We'll probably win that division.
Wow, interesting. All right, man.
That's how I feel. But for today, I gotta go. I gotta go with the Nationals. I'm surprised that the line is where it is.
Yep.
I mean, -111. It's still Scherzer. And again, remember, this will also preclude him from pitching in the All-Star game.
Unbelievable, man. And he is, if I'm taking a look at it, he's number 2 in all of Major League Baseball at ERA.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be pitching in the All-Star game. Craziness. So, all right, man, let's move on to the next one here, Dan. Let me just take a look and see what I have. So you're feeling the Washington Nationals.
Oh, yeah.
It makes sense, Dan. I totally see where you're going with that. We got the Detroit Tigers at the Minnesota Twins. And did that game go over again yesterday? I believe so. The Minnesota Twins -145 with Kyle Gibson on the mound versus Detroit with Shane Green. Over 8.5 runs. Kid, the Minnesota Twins, baby. The Minnesota Twins.
I know. I mean, it's unreal. And here's the thing. On 2 different tracks right now. Kyle Gibson, over his last 3 starts, has been pretty much lights out. At Milwaukee, 6 hits, 2 earned. At the Royals, 4 hits, no earned. And his last start out was actually against the Orioles, 6 hits, 2 earned. I mean, kid's been real good. And then you have Shane Green, With his last 3 starts, he gave up a 7 spot to the Angels, going only an inning and 2/3. 4 1/3 against Oakland, 8 hits and 4 earned.
Against Oakland, too. Wow.
Against Oakland. And then June 10th against Chicago, right, he went 3 innings, 7 hits and 5 earned, and then he got injured. And now he's coming back off this injury. I mean, the Twins, I don't see, I mean, this is at minus 143. That's almost disrespectful.
I hear you, man. I mean, dude, the Minnesota Twins have been lights out as far as the run lines are concerned. I've been talking to everybody about that, man. Big ups to the Odds Hustle and the beautiful Queen of Odds, along with Lex Ka. And my man, the Canadian Capper, is telling me to no grilling, cigars, and baseball today. Yeah, definitely, dude. I love that, man. I got 2 cigars sitting at my crib waiting for me, man. I got a 12-pack of beer, and I got all kinds of, dude, I got lamb, kid. I got ribs. I got everything. Too. Oh, definitely. So, taking a look at this, man, I think you got to back Minnesota here, Dan.
Yeah. I really think so. I mean, Shane Green, you have to remember, he made his last 5 starts were in the minor leagues, and he did not do incredibly well. I mean, he went 1-1 with a 3.42 in AAA.
Yep.
I mean, he gave up 10 earned in 26 innings. I mean, he didn't strike out a bunch of guys. Look, guys, I think Shane Green gets banged around all day today.
All right. Minnesota Twins, 8 games over 500, and they're only 4.5 back of the Kansas City Royals, man. I put something out there yesterday. I asked a couple of people, I said, are the Minnesota Twins the Kansas City Royals of last year? You don't think so?
No, because they don't have the defense or the pitching that Kansas City did.
Gotcha. And their road record is not the best either.
No, I mean, look, I have to start thinking that I got to give them a little more respect, and I think they will hang around. The question is a lot of other teams, especially in their division, will upgrade. At the trade deadline, are they going to make a move, or are they going to stand pat? I think they probably won't do much of anything, which will be a mistake. So we'll see.
Gotcha. All right, man. We'll keep it moving. I may not play that, though. I may just sit back and watch and do my little thing that I've been doing. But we got the Toronto Blue Jays at the Kansas City Royals. Toronto, hey, man, you know what? Top of the 9th inning, put up 3 more runs to cover their adjusted run line for me. Toronto, Felix, what's this guy's name?
Dubron.
Okay. Kansas City, Edison Volquez. Kansas City only minus 113 with an under-over of 8.5. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I gotta go with Kansas City here.
Really, huh?
Yeah. I know Volquez had that one not so good start against Houston, but in his last 7, he is 4-1. They do score runs behind him. I think Kansas City takes this game today.
All right, man. All right, we'll keep it moving there. Let me just take a look at a couple of trends here. Toronto,
because I got it at minus 108.
Oh, okay. Toronto is 3-7 in the last 10 games, man. Not so good. Where Kansas City, they had a 6-game winning streak, except for it was snapped yesterday by the loss. Kansas City 6-1 in the last 7 at home as well, Dan. So I don't know, man. You know what? Hey, like I keep saying, I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks,
so let's go to the next one we've got on a ticket here. We got Chicago at Chicago. The White Sox, dude. Dude, what's up with the Cubs, man? Are they starting to skid like the Astros? What's going on here, man?
They're just, like I said, I at the beginning of the year, I thought they'll win somewhere in the 80s as far as games. They'll be right around 500, but they're a year away.
The New York Mets probably on their, right on their necks, man, to try to get that wild card.
But at minus 150. What's that, kid?
The New York Mets are probably, looking to sniff that wild card, man. You know what I'm saying? So the Chicago Cubs better start winning.
Oh, yeah. They're going to try, but the thing is I don't know. They just don't put together a complete game.
I feel you. I got you. So taking a look at this, Chicago Cubs minus 160, and we do not have a total yet.
I got one right here.
What do you got?
6.5.
6.5. That's nothing. But these these teams, you know how their bats are anyway. So I understand it.
I'm actually going to look at the weather conditions. So at Wrigley right now, the wind is blowing 5 miles per hour in.
Okay.
So it's going to hold 5 miles per hour really isn't anything. But if it gets up to 10, 15, it will hold those, Little League fly ball home runs in the park. So.
All right, I got you, man. All right. So the pitching matchup, Jose Quintana for the White Sox and Jake Arrieta for the Chicago Cubs. So.
Yeah, I like Arrieta. He's 9-5 with a 2.80 ERA. Quintana has not been that good. He's 4-8 with a 3.69. But again, I just don't like the Cubs' offense at all. And look, I know it was Chris Sale yesterday, and he was unbelievable as always. I still think they're probably still shook from that.
Got you. Hey, big ups to hashtag 808 and my man Joe Picks, hashtag SBTVNation. Good morning, man. Happy to have you guys on live today with us. I think the Cubs win today, dude.
I feel you. I tend to actually agree. I lean that way, but not at 160.
No, you got to get a -1. If you get a -1, it's probably like even money, or maybe like a -110. So I know that the Cubs have not been that good as of late, but it is the White Sox, and at some point you got to expect them to do something here at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do, but I don't know. It's just been perplexing to me.
Some of these teams sometimes just have the other team's number, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. It's like the Brewers can only win when they play the Twins.
I disagree with you, man. The Brewers have been pretty hot as of late, man. They did lose 2 out of 3 to the Braves recently. I get it. They did beat up on the Dodgers last night, so something to take a look at. We'll get into that game.
Like I said, you have a pitcher that just came off back-to-back, Tommy John surgeries and hasn't thrown a ball in a live game in 2 years.
Yes, I concur, man. All right, San Diego at Texas. San Diego, guys, I talked to Dan about this yesterday. They were 70-1 shot to win the World Series like 3 days before. Looked on the book of choice, 140-1 in 3 days. Boom, just like that, man. So, be patient when you're locking in futures. That's all I got to tell you. San Diego, Tyson Ross. Texas has Gallardo on the mound. Texas minus 125, under-over of 8.5 runs. Damn. Nasty game.
Nasty game. I've seen the race, but I ain't touching it.
You're not touching it? All right,
let me just I think Gallardo, in his last 3 starts, he's been pretty good. He shut out the Blue Jays. He shut out the Orioles, both on the road. And then he came home and had, a mediocre start, 8 hits and 3 earned against Arizona. So I lean Texas, but man, I'll just leave that alone.
Big ups to my man Sin City Maverick and Shy Picks as well that tried to talk me off the ledge with the Astros yesterday, man. So big ups to them, and they cut that bet in half. But that's a power to nation, though, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Let's see. Tommy King is feeling the Cubs with me as well. He said Arrieta's 3-1 in the last 4 versus the White Sox.
Oh, hey, I agree. Like I said, I do lean the Cubs pretty heavily. It's just that minus 160 number is too much.
We got to get the -1 to make that better. So
exactly.
We got Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Phillies losers again yesterday. They had the game tied for a minute there and just could not get the job done. And you actually covered the run line, so congratulations on that. Philadelphia, Chad Billingsley, San Francisco, Chris Heston. He did have a no-hitter this year, but San Francisco minus kid 220 with an under-over of 7.5 runs. Kid, the Philadelphia Phillies can't wait for a little break of losing, man.
I don't think it's happening today.
What do you mean?
I'm on the Giants run line again.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ride that run line at minus 110.
You know what? Just when the Giants were skidding out of control, what a perfect situation to have the Phillies come into town. Yeah, medicine that the doctor prescribes, exactly. Looking at this, man, I mean, San Francisco had that offensive splash the other night, man. Taking a look at what they've been doing, I mean, they scored in the last two games 23 runs, man. 5-1 in the last 6, and we're playing at home versus Philadelphia, and the total's gone over in 10 of the last 15 games. The San Francisco Giants, dude.
Yeah, and not to mention, I mean, Billingsley is freaking atrocious. I mean, he's another one whose career was completely altered by injuries, but he's thrown 3 games this year. He's 1-2 with a 6.67 in 5 starts. His whip is a 1.7, which is brutal. And Heston, on the other hand, has been extremely good. I mean, so I gotta go with it again. The Phillies.
How about you do a parlay with San Francisco and the Cubs?
I don't.
You're not feeling that Cubs play, dude, huh?
About that Cubs game, I just don't like it.
All right, hey, you know what? That's why you're the evil genius, man. I may just fall back myself, but we'll have the conversation.
Yeah.
The next one we have on the ticket, so San Francisco all day long with a run.
I might go San Francisco and L.A.
All right, we'll talk about it. Yeah, because I see Kyle Loesch. Oh my God. All right, we'll get into that game in a minute. Why don't you get a little San Francisco minus 2.5 if you're feeling froggy, kid?
I might just.
Yeah, definitely, man. All right, so L.A. Angels at the Seattle Mariners. L.A. Angels, Andrew Heaney. Seattle has is this Taijuan Walker or Taijuan Walker? Taijuan Walker, okay. Seattle minus 125, under over of 7 runs. This Walker guy, he pitches like every other day. It's almost like Wyan Chen for the Orioles, dude. It's crazy.
I know. It does feel like he's out there a lot, but he had that really, really rough start to the season. But his last 7 starts, kid's been unreal. 5-1 with a 2.72 ERA, 46 strikeouts and 46 in the 3rd innings. Only 4 walks, 0.93 WHIP. He got hit around by the Tigers last time out. Okay. Last time out against the Angels, 7 innings, 7 hits, only 1 earned. But this Heaney dude has not been bad either.
No, not at all.
I mean, 2-0 with a 1.77 in 3 starts. I think I have to stay away from this game. The under is appealing to me.
Okay.
The under is very appealing to me, but I think I'm just going to stay away.
All right, dude. All right, so we'll take a look at this game. I mean, it's AL West. I mean, the AL West has been kind of shaky, man.
Yeah.
I expect the Angels to emerge out of there, though. I really do. I know that you don't want to hear that with your plus 4,000 future on the Astros, but hey, you know what? I just had to speak my mind a little bit, man. So
that's all right. I'll hedge it.
Hedge it, dude. Hedge it while they're a half game out right now. But LA is superior.
I have an Angels future too. So.
Oh, you do? That's right. Oh, dude, yeah. You're all set then.
Yeah, I'm all set.
What else? And you have Seattle.
Yeah. I got Seattle.
All right, so
yeah,
and we're not expecting the Texas Rangers to do anything by any means. So I think you're all set there, Dan.
20 games under 500.
All right, gotcha. That's what hedging is all about, guys. We got the Milwaukee Brewers with nasty Kyle Loesch coming into the L.A. Dodgers with Brett Anderson. L.A. Dodgers minus 175 with an under-over of 7.5 runs.
Yep.
You're loving the Dodgers, aren't you?
Loving it.
Really?
Loving it. Brett Anderson's got to be pissed off. He gave up 3 runs and lost the game to the Phillies last time out. But his last 2 starts before that were on the road against Miami and against Arizona. And each one of those starts, he went 7 and only gave up a run. He's been striking dudes out. What I am going to do here is I am going to parlay the Giants run line and the Dodgers run line.
Wow.
Plus 321.
Not bad. Not bad at all, man. I think the Dodgers, man, you have Kershaw and Greinke, but it just seems like they just don't have that third piece of the puzzle with the rotation.
Right.
And the bats are, you know what I mean? They're just not that great, dude. I don't know. I mean, the Dodgers are pretty heavily favored at 9-1 to win the World Series right now.
I don't see it.
I don't either.
I don't
either. I mean, I have to invest in them to back myself up, but I don't know. I don't like it.
I think right now, like I said, for National League teams, I think they're the third best team, maybe even fourth.
Understood.
I still think that St. Louis is better than them. I think Pittsburgh's better than them. And I think it's very close between them and Washington because I think both teams have some serious flaws. But Washington, I think, has the better pitching overall. And the Dodgers, I think, have the better offense. You know, that's where I go with that. But yeah, I do not think that they deserve to be where they're at.
I mean, Greinke's been amazing, though, dude.
Of course.
Greinke's been.
But
I mean,
Kershaw's been human.
Yeah, I know. 35 and 2/3 innings without a earned run, dude.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's sick. That's sick. So
another
anyway,
level.
Yeah, definitely. But Greinke is not on the bump today. So hey, I wish you the best of luck with that -1.5, Dan. So
yeah, I mean, plus 321 on that parlay. I love it.
Yeah, definitely, man. Even if you got that, I mean, I know I keep alluding to the fact of the -1s, but it's something to take a look at as well. It probably pays like plus 200. You got the Atlanta Braves coming into the Colorado Rockies. Stomachache game for whoever bet it yesterday. Colorado snuck the win, winning by 1 run. And the game went under, man. Colorado -125. Under, over, I don't have here yet. Let me just look on sportsbetterstv.com. Actually, I have a 10 here. What do you got here, bro?
Yeah, I got a 10 as well. I got no more science experiments today. I'm just staying away from it.
I hear you, bro.
I mean, you know, it was a half-unit play on them yesterday. So it was like big deal.
Yep.
And I won the other 2, so good. But, man, I don't know. I mean, this game's right.
Big ups to my man, Soccer's Finest out there. G. Rose is out there. A lot of people out on Twitter this morning on a beautiful Sunday morning of baseball, man. Awesome, kid. So the total's going under, dude, in 6 of the last 7 Atlanta games and 4 of the last 5 Rockies games, dude. So something's going on with the bats over there, man. Colorado 4-2 straight up in the last 6, Dan. I don't know if I like this matchup, though, dude. Atlanta 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games on the road. I don't like that game. I think the next matchup is a pretty key matchup here, man. We got St. Louis for Sunday Night Baseball coming into the Pittsburgh Pirates. St. Louis with Tim Cooney, Pittsburgh Francisco Loriano, Pittsburgh Kid -170, Dan.
Ridiculous. They don't score runs for him. You know, this Timothy Manis-Cooney, I mean, kind of crazy. I mean, you know, rookie year, he hasn't been bad. You know, he's 2 earned in his 2 starts ago, only 1 earned at the Cubs. I mean, I feel like I have to take St. Louis here.
At plus, what was
plus
it again?
147.
Dude, if you got him +1.5, it's probably like a -140.
55.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't realize it was that much. All right. So.
Oh, I got to take him at the plus 147. I mean, I think it's a coin flip. I really do. But, hey, if you're going to bet a coin flip, might as well bet it on a plus 147 on a team that wins a ton of games.
Right. I'm 24.
I mean, I know it's a rookie pitcher and like it's Liriano, but I'm not that scared of Francisco Liriano.
I feel you, man. I'm taking a look at Liriano's numbers here as far as where he rates in the league. Let me take a look. Number 23 in all of Major League Baseball with his ERA, dude. But he's, like you said, he's not getting a run support, dude. He's under 500 with his record. So, I don't know, man. You know what? I'll take a look at this later on, Dan, with you. You know what I mean? You and I will text back and forth and kind of see what we want to do with this game.
Yeah. I mean, you know, his last time, I'm looking at his starts against the Cardinals. At home against the Cardinals on May 8th, he gave up 5 earned runs. And then his other start was on the road against the Cardinals, where he actually shut them out on the road. So, who knows?
Who knows?
But you know, like I said, I mean, plus 147, that is disrespectful.
Understood, man. Understood. All right. So, I mean, especially with the St. Lucia Cardinals. I mean, they had them last night, dude. They had them.
Yeah, I think
they
mad.
Lost. I think they're a little pissed off myself. And they got all day to think about how pissed off they are. So, Dan, all right, so we're looking at the card. We got 15 games. Most games start around the 1 and 2 o'clock time frame, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games around the 3 to 4 o'clock start, and then you got Sunday Night Baseball with the St. Lucia Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yep.
So, looking at the card, man, so let me hear what you got, and then I will discuss what I'm kind of feeling.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the A's, the Astros, the Mets, the Nats, the Twins, the Royals, the Giants run line. We're also going to parlay the Dodgers run line, the Giants run line at plus 321, and St. Lucia for Sunday Night Baseball plus 147.
All right, man. All right. So, taking a look at the card here, I know you hate the Cubs play. I know you hate the Cubs play. I'm thinking an in-state rival, man. I think the Cubs get it done with Arrieta today. I just don't know if I'm going to bet it, guys. I may just sit back, put my feet up, and, just watch some of this stuff. But I'm looking at that. My man Lex Ka is talking to me about a very good no-score first inning going today with Lance McCullers for the Houston Astros.
You guys have fun with that.
Yeah, Dan hates those, by the way, brother. The pick is out there retweeting our show as well. So, looking at this card, man, it's kind of tough today, Dan. I got to admit, I'm very surprised that you're on all those games. But
I love them.
Yeah, I know you do. If I do anything, I may do a, let's see. You got to back the San Francisco Giants. You maybe put them in a parlay with something thick to make it work. Maybe like you said, the LA Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants in a parlay may work.
If you parlay those money lines.
Yeah, it'll pay
looking at a nice.
Yeah, pay like plus 125 or something like that. So I'm looking at the three
plus
here.
128.
Okay, so I was close. Cubs, Giants, Dodgers. That's what I'm looking at. I'll let you guys know if I play it or not, and we will go from there. So, Dan, what you got to shout out before we get out of here, dude?
Hey, just another great weekend, guys. Go out there, make that money. Good day yesterday. Let's hope it continues today. I will see y'all next weekend.
All right. My man Marlon is telling me Laureano is 4-2 with a 2.38 ERA and 10 career starts versus the Cardinals, baby. Something to take a look at and digest.
For sure.
Digest. So, all right, guys, we are Sports Bettors TV. We are the biggest show in the world, having an absolute blast 7 days a week. We enjoyed our weekend off last weekend, but I could not wait to get on Monday, dude. Tomorrow, we got my boy The Dream coming back, and we got the Canadian capper that's going to join us. We're going to talk about some system plays. We're going to talk about some futures. We got a lot of stuff to go over tomorrow. I can't wait for the show. Dan, excellent work. I hope you cash again today like you tore it up yesterday.
You too, brother. Thank you.
All right. Always a pleasure talking to you, and always a pleasure hanging out with the SBTV Nation using the hashtag SBTVNation. Guys, we love you to death. Go out there. Go easy. Do your own homework. Bet your own plays and get that money. Take care.
Peace.